Today I'll be reviewing a book called Uglies by Scott Westerfield. Uglies is a novel set in the future where your 16th birthday brings on an operation that turns you from an ugly into a stunningly attractive pretty. The pretties are then free to play and party while the uglies look on enviously and spend the time before their own transformations in plotting mischievous tricks against their elders. Tally Youngblood is an ugly, and is also one of the most mischievous. In just a few weeks, Tally will be there joining her friends, but she meets a girl named Shay who has her heart set on running away and not becoming pretty. But when Shay leaves, the authorities tell Tally that if she doesn't find Shay, she will never become a pretty herself. The question I have been asked is that if I think The Uglies will eventually become a classic book. I do believe that The Uglies will eventually become a classic because the reader may be able to connect more personally than to many other books. Uglies gives the reader an insight to what the world might become with all of the media driving people to become thinner, taller, or more tan. And the many different types of plastic surgery don't help either. Many teens could sympathize with Tally's character because they might feel that these things are driving them to do crazy things like plastic surgery and that a model is what everyone should look like. Another indicator of a classic would be if it's still read far after the release date. For instance, The Giver was put down for a while after its release, but then when people heard that there was a movie coming out, they started to have more interest in it. The last reason I think The Uglies should become a classic is if you look at the world in a different way. If you did judge people by the way they look, then this book might change the way you think. For instance, if you look at someone and say, "Oh, I hate their style," after reading this book, you would maybe see them as that's their own style. Good for them that they're different. After all of this, I still believe that The Uglies by Scott Westerfield should become a classic book.